Now that so many people are migrating to Signal after Elon Musk told them to, I've noticed that there's been a sharp uptick in, I guess you would call them Signal haters or Signal detractors on both Plebit and the Laotian basket weaving forums. People are raising red flags left and right saying, don't use Signal, it's just as bad as WhatsApp. It requires a phone number, it's not federated, it's compiled with Google libraries. The Signal servers have been backdoored by the CIA, and every single Pepe that gets sent over the network is sent directly to the Pentagon for analysis. Okay, that last one was a joke, but let's go through these legitimate criticisms of Signal, because these are legitimate criticisms, and hey, there's some ways to mitigate them. So, it requires a phone number to set up. That is true, and that is a downside to Signal, in my opinion. That's a little bit spooky, but here's the thing. It doesn't require a phone number for you to actually use it. You can literally use Signal from your laptop or an iPod or a phone that just doesn't have a SIM card in it. So the phone number is not required for use of the service. And because this phone number is just used to sign up, you can just use a phone number that isn't associated to you in any way for the sign up. It is very easy to get an anonymous phone number to sign up. This is literally how Indian dudes are able to keep their various tech support scams and IRS scams going. They just recycle phone numbers every single time your grandma's phone company ends up blocking them. And to make things even better, you don't have to actually use this phone number on an ongoing basis, because once you have a Signal account, you can just password protect it. And of course, I would recommend using an alphanumeric PIN for that instead of just 4 digits. That's obviously very easy to hack. So yeah, because you don't need constant access to the phone number, you don't actually have to go and buy DIDs for like 10 cents a pop like the Indian scammers do. You can just use one of the many free online SMS services. You usually have an option of a bunch of different phone numbers, often in different countries as well, where you can just get that account code for Signal. Like, look, you can see this one right here. This has been used for a bunch of different things, like even Google Voice, which is probably the top tier as far as like these internet phone numbers go, Google Voice, because some of these you might get some issues with it. So don't, go blowing up my comment section saying, oh, this SMS service that you showed me didn't work. Like, yeah, just use a different one or use a Google Voice. It's easy to get a Google Voice without identifying yourself in any way. So yeah, like this kid just set up a Roblox account with a anonymous phone number. So he's got an anonymous Roblox account. Do the same thing with Signal. So next is people complaining about Signal not being in the F-Droid store. So you have to download it through Google Play, which requires you to have a Gmail and a Google account. And Google is already pretty spooky in and of itself. And obviously, this won't even be an option for someone who's using an ungoogled phone. Now, I don't know why people think that the Google Play Store is the only place that you can download it, because you can literally download the APK directly from signal.org. So this is the option if you don't want to go through the Google Play Store. It even works on Tor, so you can just download the Signal APK through Tor, and then that way your IP address isn't even associated with downloading it. So I don't know if people are just trolling about this or if they're legitimately too lazy to just do the most basic research, but there you go. That's your option for downloading Signal without using Google in any way. Then finally, there's the Google libraries. Now, this is more of an efficacy issue, and it's also the reason why Signal doesn't appear in the F-Droid store to begin with, because it depends on some Google libraries that are proprietary, which makes it not free software. But luckily, there is a patched version of Signal that you can download from this GitHub link that I'll go ahead and leave in the description. So yeah, this doesn't depend on any proprietary software. So you can essentially have a FOSS Signal that is compatible with the other versions of Signal, and then that way you have a free software one and you're not committing any sins against Richard Stallman. Now, as far as the centralized server thing goes, there really isn't anything that we can do about that, and that's probably the most legitimate criticism of Signal that there is out there. but I don't know how much of a concern this really is with regards to spyware. So Signal has been subpoenaed before. That's what you can read about on here. But they don't really store any data about their users in the first place. They stated right here that the only information that they can really produce in response to a subpoena is the date and time that a user registered with Signal and the last date of a user's connectivity to the Signal device. Doesn't even mention giving them your phone number, but again, you can register with a phone number that's not even connected to you, so that's really not much of an issue if you just put on your thinking cap. Now, this obviously still isn't as good as the peer-to-peer options or federated communications like Element, but it's a lot better than WhatsApp. And that is the whole point, to get normies using something better than WhatsApp, because you have to remember, these people are not all of a sudden moving from WhatsApp to Signal because they're concerned about their privacy or that they're concerned about Facebook spying on them or the government spying on them. Like, you have to remember, the typical person that you might walk by in your day-to-day life probably thinks that the CIA and the other alphabet agencies are the good guys. And if the average person actually cared about their privacy, then Facebook would have collapsed years ago. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all these other social medias would have collapsed years ago, but instead they keep on growing. So for the people like us, the whole reason for the push to Signal is so that we can talk to non-techie, Linux, non-privacy conscious people in our lives without each and every conversation getting zucked. If you want to know your Nona's spaghetti sauce recipe that's been in her family for generations without Facebook trying to monetize it, then have her call you on Signal. If you want to trade QAnon Trump memes with your boomer dad, then have him text you on Signal so that the feds don't arrest both of you for hate speech. And all the extra spicy conversations about tannerite and drop-in autoseers and the latest chlorine gas recipes, those should be saved for the highly secure messaging apps mentioned earlier. That's also where all the cool kids are anyway. So, have a great day, and remember, with every new normie that installs Signal and uninstalls WhatsApp, the Zuck gets a little sadder.